faire partie des 6 finalistes, quoi. Mais bon, je me suis battu jusqu'à maintenant, je vais pas...
Number 4, the Slayer of Giants. Mohamed Benaziza, known as the Slayer of Giants, was a force to be reckoned with in the world of professional bodybuilding. He was born in Algeria in 1959, but grew up in France, where he developed a love for soccer and eventually found his way into bodybuilding. As an amateur, Benaziza quickly rose through the ranks, winning his first competition in Spain under the 75 kg weight category. From there, he continued to dominate the competition circuit, winning small competitions left and right. But it wasn't until 1990 that he truly made a name for himself, winning the prestigious Night of Champions and earning the moniker the Slayer of Giants from Joe Weider. 1990 was a banner year for Benaziza, as he won almost every competition he entered, with the exception of one in which he placed second. He continued to compete in IFBB competitions each year, racking up win after win. Despite his success, Benaziza remained humble and dedicated to his craft. He placed 11th in his first Mr. Olympia competition in 1988, but worked tirelessly to improve his physique, placing 5th in 1989 and again in 1992. In fact, he was one of only 2 men to ever beat Dorian Yates in the pros and also beat Ronnie Coleman as a rookie. But tragedy struck just after his final competition in 1992. Benaziza was found lifeless in his hotel room at just 33 years old. It was later determined that he had been severely dehydrated due to diuretic use and had also taken medication from an unknown source to accelerate his preparation process. He had complained of shortness of breath and sickness prior to his demise, but had refused to go to the hospital. Benaziza's demise shook the bodybuilding world to its core, and his friend Steve Brisebois was among those deeply affected. But his legacy lived on, as fans and fellow bodybuilders continued to honor his memory and draw inspiration from his incredible dedication and hard work. Despite his relatively short career, Mohamed Benaziza left an indelible mark on the world of professional bodybuilding. His legacy continues to inspire new generations of athletes, and his name will forever be remembered as one of the greats. Number 3, modernist mass monster. Art Atwood was a force to be reckoned with in the bodybuilding world. With his modernist physique and incredible mass, he quickly made a name for himself in the industry. Atwood's first NPC competition was in 2000, and he stunned judges by taking first place in the super heavyweight class of the Junior USA. He went on to make his professional bodybuilding debut at the 2001 Toronto Pro, where he once again took first place. Despite some setbacks in his career, including a disappointing 12th place at his first IFBB Mr. Olympia in 2002, Atwood continued to train hard and push himself to the limit. He placed 7th at the IFBB Night of Champions tournament in 2003 and competed in his first Arnold Classic in 2005, placing 14th. Atwood's career was not without controversy, however. His conditioning was often criticized for being blurry, and his arms were said to lag behind his other muscle groups. But despite these setbacks, Atwood's physique was undeniably impressive.
I've been 125 grams of carbs Monday through Saturday.
He weighed in at 280 pounds and climbed to 330 in the off-season. Atwood's training regimen was also a topic of debate. He trained twice daily and hit body parts twice weekly, a regimen that some people believed was too much. But Atwood was convinced that this was the only way to grow, and he stood by his training philosophy until the end. Tragically, Atwood's life was cut short on September 11, 2011. While walking through the pool area of his Dallas condominium complex, he suffered a massive heart attack and fell into the water. 2 residents who were at the pool saw him fall and immediately pulled him out. They were able to revive him and call paramedics, but Atwood died at nearby Baylor Regional Medical Center Hospital in Plano, Texas at age 37. The coroner's report showed that Atwood had unknowingly suffered a minor heart attack about a month prior to his demise. His career may have peaked early, but his legacy lives on. His back remains one of the largest ever unfurled on a bodybuilding stage, and his dedication to his craft is an inspiration to many. Number 2. Bodybuilding legend's tragic end. Daniele Seccarecci, a top Italian bodybuilder who had made a name for himself in the world of bodybuilding, was found lifeless at the age of 33, just after placing 6th in the Nordic Pro competition. The news of his sudden and unexpected demise shocked the bodybuilding community and fans alike. Daniele Seccarecci was born in Livorno, Tuscany in 1980. From an early age, he was passionate about bodybuilding and pursued it relentlessly. He turned pro at the age of 26 and went on to become one of the top-ranked bodybuilders in Europe. He came close to qualifying for the prestigious Mr. Olympia at the 2006 Spanish Grand Prix. Daniel was not just a top-ranked bodybuilder, but also held 2 Guinness World Records. He was known for having the largest arms in the world, measuring 55 centimeters, and for being the heaviest competitive male bodybuilder, weighing 135 kg during competitions. However, Daniel's career was not without its controversies. He was arrested in 2011 under charges of illegal steroid marketing and briefly subject to home detention. Despite his past legal issues, Daniel remained a popular figure in the bodybuilding world. He had just returned from Finland, where he had taken part in a sporting event when tragedy struck. Rumors suggest that Daniel suffered from a heart condition that resulted in a heart attack. He apparently collapsed and hit his head on September 4, 2013. His mother found his body on the kitchen floor of his Taranto home. An autopsy was ordered to determine the exact cause of demise. It was suspected that he may have collapsed and struck his head while falling to the floor. However, the results of the autopsy were never made public. Number 1. The Giant of Bodybuilding. Ed Van Amsterdam was a giant among bodybuilders. Standing at a towering 6 foot 2 inches, he loomed over his competitors with ease. But what truly set him apart from the rest was his weight. At a massive 265 pounds, with an off-season weight of 300 pounds, Ed was a true beast. His creative posing and entertaining routines kept the crowds captivated. But tragically, it was Ed's heart that gave out on him at the young age of 40. The press immediately jumped on the story, blaming his demise on steroids. But those close to Ed knew the truth. He lived hard, indulging in copious amounts of hard liquor every day of the week. Born Edward Van Amsterdam on October 30, 1972, Ed was involved in sports from an early age. He started with soccer at the age of 4, followed by boxing and cross-country running at 12, and by 13, he was a Dutch champion cyclist. However, bodybuilding soon became his true passion. At 17, Ed entered his first bodybuilding contest, becoming the junior Dutch champion. From there, he went on to become the European champion, and by 1999, he had entered the IFBB Pro ranks and competed at the Night of the Champions. Ed's love for bodybuilding was more than just a passion, it was an obsession. He wanted nothing more than to eat, sleep, and train. He was so impressed by his first bodybuilding contest that he couldn't get it out of his mind. After graduating from trade school, Ed knew he would soon be forced to join the military, where he wouldn't be able to continue his training. To delay this, he joined the police academy, where he could continue to lift weights while studying. But eventually, his obsession with bodybuilding overtook everything else, and he quit his job as a police officer to focus entirely on his dream. In 1999, Ed became an IFBB Pro with a shot at the coveted Mr. Olympia contest. But his love for bodybuilding wasn't his only passion. He also fell in love with Deborah, a woman he saw while working as a doorman. The two were married in 1997 and had 2 children. Ed's hobbies included horseback riding and swimming, and he was a major animal lover who supported environmental causes. His website was a testament to his love for the sport, with 2 languages and many, many photos. But Ed's story ended tragically, with his demise at the young age of 40 from an apparent heart attack. He leaves behind his wife and 2 children, as well as a legacy as one of the tallest and most impressive bodybuilders the sport has ever seen. That's all for this video, folks. See you next time.